Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to LEGO Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. So, we've done this pink line all the way through, collected everything. We finally figured out how to collect that, so we're going to go down the blue line now and get all the collectibles here, which I think we're pretty set now. We just need to run through the remaining 12 things. It's a new day, so I need to turn on everything that would be helpful. No real reason why I need some of these things. So here we've got a animal, but in actuality riding the animal is probably a waste. Let's start with this one. We need to get a speeder and start hitting these rocks and things. Am I not gonna get a speeder in this level? Looks like I'm very well may not. Well, if I can't get a speeder, then it would be nice if I got an animal to ride. It is interesting. Alright, well, we'll ride an animal instead. 1 of 10 collectibles there. And of course, with all the score multipliers available to us, we totally get everything. That's interesting to point out that in this instance, I just walked up to a interface and it made a mini kit appear. We've seen on many other instances it has specifically done something different. What is this thing? Are there more little rock places with torpedoes in them? Like, so other times, however, we have had kind of the exact opposite happen, where you've gone to a interface and it activates a antenna and then an airship drops in the mini kit. So I guess it really just comes down to how much work do they really want to spend on all this. Oh, you have to be fast here. And that's why this isn't working. Finally. Moving on. Let's go and take our animal. I need to double check. Is there some extra that I turned on? Super saber cut. I can turn that on. Let's go ahead and do that. And dual wield. We'll just turn those on too. There's no even jokey extras in this game, which that's kind of lazy. I would expect there to be the standard things that we've seen in other LEGO games, like the silhouettes, the disguises, the hockey rink, ice rink. I think they call it ice rink, just to be more accessible to everybody. And they're just not there. I think there's more to this level later on too, so I guess, where is the guy? Here he is. And I don't know about this one. I gotta race and hope this thing can build up speed and hope that this race is also... Somebody had already ridden over that. Interesting. That is very weird. That is very, very weird because half of those were already clicked down. The game accidentally helped me. There's another one of these. Again, why not just have 5 of these instead of going for 10? Seems like we're gonna have to run around this level too. But there's several vehicles that I'm not sure if it wants me just to attack the vehicles like we've seen in previous instances, or if it wants me to do something different. I guess all we can really do is work to get rid of everything. You see, that's 7, and I see 2 sitting around, so where's number 3? Alright, so here's a great example. Before we saw a bounty hunter thing, we walked up to the bounty hunter thing, and it just made the item appear. Now we walk up to a R2-D2 thing, and it instead... let's see. So that's one of them. And I wonder if perhaps the other one is just a UFO too. I doubt they would use the same trick twice. Here we go, we'll fire these guys at each other. Wow, did I just destroy that vehicle? No. That would actually be very surprising. So I see several speeders around here. And so let's destroy this and see what happens first. I know that's not the best move probably, but we need to see if that counts towards something. And it doesn't. So it's not that vehicle that we... Let's see. And here we have a dual-wielding bad guy. And the game's locking up some more. I just watched somebody play Lego Worlds, which is the early access game that's about to come out. I think it's about to come out in about a week, actually. Alright, so it does want me to destroy these speeders. So that's odd, only one of the speeders counted. But so I'm not sure what the next thing is. So I will say that I watched somebody else play Lego World and it seemed, as best as I can tell, there was no lagging going on. But I think we've played some modern Lego games anyways, and there was no lagging going on, so it's not a huge real surprise there. Eventually the Lego games do fix themselves, and it just kind of seems like they did a poor job in porting it to PC, and frankly should either fix it, patch it, or not sell it. Like, if they were just selling the good ones on PC, which is a case on Steam a lot. Like, there's plenty of games that came out for PC that aren't on Steam just because they don't run well, and it makes some logical sense to not potentially damage the name of your company by selling a product that would function poorly and have most of your customer base upset with you, particularly when you're making a kids game and they're not going to be very generous with those concepts. They're going to be very upset. This is not doing much. So yeah, if they did just Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga and whatever other few games they've actually managed to make and have actually run well for me, and that's, I'm very much coloring my opinion here on the idea of what's happening for me, to me, is very possibly happening to a large portion, if not everybody. So maybe they just do Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga because I know that was smooth, and then maybe they do just Lego Marvel Superheroes. I'm pretty sure that one was smooth, and I'm not sure very many of the other series have been. Leave the Harry Potter series off because that one was having a lot of trouble. Leave the Lord of the Rings series off because that one was buggy too. Leave The Hobbit off because they didn't even bother to finish it on PC. They didn't put out the DLC for the last section, so it's a completely unfinished product. I mean, unacceptably. It shouldn't even be allowed to be on Steam. Like, I've heard interviews recently with Steam, and they're saying they don't want to be the arbitrators of good games, but they can, at the very least, since they run their own storefront, be the arbitrators of finished games. They could say, look, you didn't release all the elements of this game, major story elements of this game that were released on the console. We're not going to allow this to be sold until all of it is available. And it's one thing to say your game's in early access, but that's not what they are doing. Am I supposed to destroy all of these? This is going to take forever if this is the case. And I'm certainly having a weird experience right now because I can't remember some of the earlier Lego games I played. So I know I probably started with Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, but I can't for the life of me say which game I played after that. And I feel like there might be as many as 3 or 4 entire Lego series that I played that I just don't even remember. They were good enough, obviously, that I don't remember them being as bad as the worst Lego games, if they even exist. There we go. But not so good that they that I remember them. Alright, so I need the speeder. And where's this torpedo? Let's just try to hurry up here. So I guess the idea is that a game needed to give us a secret torpedo location. That way we would always have a choice and a location to get more torpedoes from. Let's see. Let's go ahead and destroy the shield that's protecting this one too. This is not helping. Somebody give me a vehicle. I could just finish here, but it's only been 15 minutes. And this was probably like the element that I most needed to recognize on these levels, is the idea that I'm gonna end up just target this thing and hit it. This thing loses lock. A lot of these things lose lock on them. Let's see. Come back here. Let me ask this. Oh, look. A vehicle can... a animal can go through the shield. That's an interesting concept. However, when I'm driving my own vehicle, or one of their vehicles, I can actually shoot this and then take control. Here we go. Hit it one more time. Now we run. We still need a speeder because I can't. There we go. Off you go. I thought I'd already hit this. Interesting. This is taking a lot of extra work to blow these things up. And I can't just turn into something that would pick up a... Stop. See, I'm just kind of playing the level right now. Practically being a little silly. Because I should just save and exit. The only issue I want to find out is if there turns out to be a second section here, or if the second section actually is the here's another location. Good. They found it. That helps us. Oh, you know what? I can just use the force on this. Here's something that they never told us about, nor did we really get to use very often. And is that it? That's the entire level. And so we make it through that. We get True Jedi. We're working our way up to 756 billion. If there was a hard limit, it's gonna be like a trillion or something. I seriously doubt it's gonna be this very long. And we're in this weird position because there's not a lot of things to purchase or deal with. Here's Admiral Akbar. And we're making progress towards the gold bricks, but like, I don't know how we fix this. If I try to do any of the real-time strategy levels that are ones we haven't done before, it's gonna take a while. I'm in the wrong location too. If I try to do number 3 here, that's gonna take another 20 minutes. We've got everything on this one. And so, like, I don't think there's... Well, there's this one here. And we could try that. But almost certainly not going to be done in 10 minutes. I suppose we can jump in it and just see. Let's just see if maybe this is one of those levels that only gives me like 5 minutes. And if it only gives me 5 minutes to beat it, then I can do it in 10 minutes. If I don't have that kind of time, then we already know. Then we can just save and exit and end the recording here. Weirdness is abound. There's a lot of time management I'm trying to do here. I want to speed up the process of this series. I'd like to just speed up the process and finish the Lego entire series completely. And I know there's a couple new ones that I may not have purchased yet, like the Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, which I guess technically you could call Lego Star Wars 4, but they're not going to call it that. They're going to call it Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, and they're going to try to make one for each. So I have 10 minutes right now, and we're supposed to destroy enemy buildings, so I think we can do that. And see, we're on Coruscant. Oh, Coruscant. I think I mispronounced it there. And there's no real collectibles or anything to deal with. So I can just try to find a vantage point and destroy things. Keep on breaking things from a nice safe distance. Like, why even bother going somewhere further away? We're way over there in the corner firing. And see, this will just take a few minutes. And see, yeah, this is, I guess, how we're gonna save time. And at the end of the day, this is probably also what they intended for you to do playing this game, but they don't really make it make any sense, nor do they explain it or tell you, yeah, this is what we wanted. We wanted you to go between a few different things. Right. So we've got several things on the right, but this in particular just take this, hop back in here, destroy the shield before anybody comes to put it back on. It's just too easy. This honestly feels like an extremely level. And there's some giant statues in the background of Lego-fied people. I suppose if they were gonna do the Lego Friends thing, that would give them a nice excuse to remake all these games. I'm slowly warming up to that. I've said that before, the idea of Lego Friends, because the dolls compared to the minifigs do look more human-like, and I think eventually minifigs are just going to be what your parents used to play with, in a similar way that minifigs weren't always the in thing either. There were more figurines that were like Lego Friends dolls than minifigs to begin with. And I don't think it's going to go away forever, but it would be a very decent excuse for them to say, let's re-release Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, but this time let's change all the minifigs to the Friends. That being said, the exact opposite very well may be happening also, because there is this issue of the Lego movie and the Lego Batman movie now, and several Lego cartoons where the entire comedy is built around the concept of the silly looking minifigs. But I guess they don't really even need an excuse. If Lego said they were going to come out with a remastered version of some of the things, I wouldn't be upset of some of the Lego games. Particularly if they said it wasn't going to be remastered by TT Games, because honestly, I can, like, Lego plastic bricks work. There's no complaint I can really make against their plastic bricks, other than they're very expensive. The same cannot be said for all of the Lego games. I messed up there. I kind of messed up big time there. Actually, I just blew up the one thing that would have made this quicker. So, if Lego was to say that they've decided they're not going to continue the license, well, I guess the extra Super Blaster still allows me to blow these up. I didn't realize that was the case. Alright. Now I need to hurry though, because if I wait too long, this thing's gonna start healing itself. Yep, that's exactly what happened. However, fortunately, I broke General Grievous. And see, it's taken about 5 minutes. This would definitely be more difficult, and I very possibly could have run out of time if I was using just the regular abilities without super speeders. There is an element to Lego games too that you only get overpowered in Lego games as elements of collecting studs. You never get to the point where one hit kills everything for sure. You can have invincibility, definitely, but it's just not amazing. There we go. And now we just crash into the building and destroy this. And the Republic wins. And that's half a billion studs. Let's go ahead and just hit the A button. And one more gold brick. And so we did some good time management there. And now the grand battle for the Separatist attack. They don't even explain it right. It says ground battle unlocked. And it shows you a picture for either the Separatists or the Republic. So you would have to actually know what those pictures mean. We are now 26 hours into this gameplay. I wish we were closer to 18, honestly. And we're at 85.1%, but there's still a decent amount of work to do, and I'm going to try to be as efficient as possible, but it's going to take a while. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.